Hey, what's going on? I'm going to review Split this time. My previous video I did Buckshot Roulette by Mike something. I can never remember this guy's name. Sorry, Mike. Okay. Mike Klubnika. Great indie developer, makes really unique games. Very creative. This game is very niche. Unlike Buckshot Roulette, it doesn't have multiplayer feature. It's not a very long game either. Once you know what you're doing, it's very quick. And it has 2 different endings, I believe. I've only seen one of them, which I got in my first playthrough, and I haven't seen the other one yet, and I don't know how to get it. So it's £2.50, just like Buckshot Roulette. I highly recommend supporting this developer because I'd love to see what else he's got in store. He's got tons of potential, clearly. I haven't played his free-to-play game yet, which is called Unsorted Horror. I will be doing that next. I'm just going to review all of his games because I was so impressed by Buckshot Roulette. If you haven't seen that, check out that video as well. On Buckshot Roulette, I couldn't find this bundle. This is what I was looking for, but the Klubnikaverse bundle, £4.48, value for money. Even at full price, it would be £5. You're saving 50p, but it totally deserves it. Even though this is very niche and it might not be for you, in that it is basically an OS simulator. It simulates Linux, and you spend majority of your time typing on a screen and trying to hack into a device, right? And I have seen a lot of mixed reviews. I don't feel it's fair to give this game a thumbs down just because you don't write programming code or know how to use a command line interface. You're not very computer savvy, especially when it's £2.50 and it's a quirky indie game. It's a bit lame giving it a thumbs down, but you know, that's what people do. There are some, obviously you get stuff here, like I suppose on some systems, like breaking rendering issues when running on Arch Linux natively, freezes when running. Fair enough. Max typing speed is horribly slow. Yeah, we'll get to that though. I'll show what they actually mean by that. Non-English keyboards do not get mapped correctly. Fair enough. I wouldn't know about that. So that's a fair review. But then you get stuff like this that is basically, it's just not their cup of tea, and they don't know how to use command line interfaces. They're not very computer savvy. So, you know, too inaccessible and frustrating. Well, it's a very niche game. You know, not all games have to be accessible, you know. Accessibility can kill a game for someone who actually wants to play that type of game. So as always with his games, great music, cool graphics. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go through the whole game because it's pretty brief, but I'm going to start you off and give you a feel for what it's like. I won't be spoiling all the puzzles. Don't worry about that. I'll take it up to a point where you have to start really problem solving. Now, this is actually my first major critique, is that it takes too long to set the stage. And I know it's a niche game, but he puts you into the screen straight away and doesn't show you the room that you're in. So if you've got into this game blind, like I actually did, because I bought the bundle but never looked at the Steam page, I never looked at the preview video or the screenshots, so I had no idea. I went from Buckshot Roulette to this, and I nearly just closed this and gave up, because just looking at a screen and typing, and you're not even typing. So right now, when you see this password being typed in, all I'm doing is pressing. You can press any key on the keyboard and you just have to tap away to progress it, right? Then you press enter. And the same goes for these chat boxes. The time it takes for you to actually have control and do something in the game is way too long. So we open up with this, and obviously he's setting the stage, creating intrigue, but this is what they mean by the speed limit on the typing. No matter how quick I press the buttons, it will type at a set speed, and it's really frustrating, and you end up disengaging. Well, I disengage from it because I have to read it and do this silliness. It feels silly. I'm just bashing away on my keyboard. Let me know as soon as you get the case. Have it now. You there? Yeah. Is this the same one as in the photographs? Nope. Old portable of what they used to have in the engine. I just need you to send me the transfer ID after you run the hardware, like we talked about. Like we talked about? I thought we'll be working on the latest model. I thought we'd be working on the latest model. So, I'm guessing he's not a native English speaker. Oh yeah, the name suggests so. Grammatical errors. Back end is mostly the same. Fuck that, I don't have experience with this kit. I'm out. You know it's too late for that. Since when are you scared of death? It's a bit vague, bit bad writing. Doesn't really make sense. Death is the least of my worries. Being dragged into the facility is what scares me. Okay, listen. Yes, it's an unfamiliar place, but its purpose is the same. More than likely, the older models use the same code base. The front end was the main improvement. Always has been. Victor is no longer AFK. Are you very remote? How long did it take us to crack the newer model? 10 minutes. I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this. If this was a longer game with this, I wouldn't bother. I'll trust we'll have this one open just as fast. So I had her take the LK912 field kit instead. It handles requests off an old server. Everything else is relatively the same. I guess I'll see from the config. There's a hint there of what you have to do. So you want to be looking at the configuration of the unit. It's the reason you couldn't spoof the handshake on the newer one. Guess they patched it. Once it connects to the server and the beacon goes off, you have around 15 minutes. We'll keep you posted. We can pull the local files from it beforehand. There's really nothing to worry about. And to be clear, this isn't me disregarding the stakes. I've worked with the hardware designer. We're chilling. Alright. I just want to get into it. So are we doing this or not? Yeah, obviously. We're talking. Let's go. Fuck it. Whack writing. This is weak writing, but this is annoying. Now, if you didn't know that there was more to it than just this, you'd be pretty... And I'm guessing everyone has their way out now. I'm good. Same. What about you, Axel? I have a way out. Boot it up and send me the LFS ID from the field kit's files. Since it's an older kit, the local files shouldn't be protected. You should be able to connect to the field kit and copy them. LFS ID should be somewhere in the config folder once you've got the files from the kit. Hold Alt to distance yourself. This is where you first come away from it. Holding Alt, you can have a look at what's going on. Key thoughts are represented visually in the environment. Acknowledge them at any time by typing. So you have to type the words on the screen. So I like that, experimenting with different game mechanics. It's cool. And it's sort of like a quick time event, but instead of button bashing or getting the button pressed at the right time, you're typing the words sort of hurried and there's tension going on. I like it. Very good, very creative. Experimental. Okay. So this is the bit where people get frustrated because they might not be computer savvy, they're not coders, they don't know about networking, and they've never used Linux. or a command line interface in general. I mean, you type help, you've got all the commands there. They clearly tell you what they do. So you've got there right at the very top, print a label up to 15 characters, useful for keeping notes. And if you look on the right hand side here, we've got to print it like a list, and I'll just show you. So there we go, we printed PP poo poo, and that way we can always remember that while not every PP results in a poo poo, every poo poo is preceded by a pee pee. Okay, it's important to remember that. So go back to help, and so we'll list as usual, but what we want to do is we don't actually need to do that. So if you look at the help thing there, there's a probe, search for local devices. Obviously we're looking to connect to the kit, so we'll probe for the kit. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil any real conundrums, okay? And you can see the LK912 field kit is 6082. Okay. We'll try and connect to it. I'm not spoiling anything there. It's in the connect there, is in the help. Page up and page down to scroll. So we're connected to it and we've got options. Connect to remote KCOM server using a local authorization token. Update firmware. We don't want to do that. Copy unprotected local files. Fail to transfer. This device is not registered in the trusted devices list, and it's got that there. So we'll exit that. We'll CD tools. Is that mounter? Oops. And we'll use Nano. Nano, if you don't know, is like a notepad editor in Linux. The only annoying thing is he hasn't got the tab feature programmed in. Normally, if you press tab, it will auto-fill the file name of the thing that you started typing. Okay, and here we're going to use our first note, so 6082. Control X, yes, save changes. Then we're just going to use the up arrow to go back to connect. And remember, number 3 is to download, so we'll just download the files. It's very cool, like a hacking simulator. Okay, so we've got some messages coming in. I've got access to the security garage doors. There's some stuff going on. JSON file. Okay, so we've opened the JSON file. It did say earlier, I didn't point it out, where the files have been downloaded to. I cleared the screen by mistake. What am I looking for? The ID. Well, I don't need to remember the ID because he's going to provide it. The LFS ID there, 925787. I think he enters it in here. We're almost at the part where I'm going to stop, so it's not too long now. I'm not going to spoil the actual... The entire place is held up by duct tape. You'd be surprised. I've worked here longer than you. Am I supposed to be jealous now? What do you mean? You know what I mean. Well, at least I didn't write interrogation presets. They work on engine code, which is your branch. Every single person here, including you, is going to hell. I think we're already in hell. Whatever. Let's just get it over with. How's it looking, Axel? Did you get the ID from the config? He remembers it for you, so you don't need to. He's good with the music. Thanks. What do you think? It is ancient. It's running cake on. Are there still service handling requests? I hate having to type this. And dude, I really hate this. I tell you what, here's a suggestion. If he ever watches this, I would have it so you just press one key and hold it down and it just writes the line. That's sufficient. And then you press enter. It's really, really simple. So here I should just be able to press one key and hold it down, and I have to keep, and that speed limit on it, no matter how many keys I press, how quickly, it just, I have to wait for this. It feels really, really shit. It's a shit mechanic. I'll need to show you've active inmate registrations and a schematic of the KCOM server junction. Come on, faster, faster. Don't like this waiting. Oh. Come on, man. It's a shame that it's like this, because it's slow and not as enjoyable. But £2.50 for the game. You know, he prices his games fairly. I mean, Buckshot Roulette is amazing value for £2.50 with the multiplayer feature. I love that game. You got to check out that video, because I play online if it's some random player online. Luckily, there were people online when I was on it, and I had a blast. No pun intended. And I'm definitely going to be playing that with my friend. Okay, so we've got the schematic and the list. I'm just going to show you them, and then that'll be us, because I don't want to ruin the game for you. So we've got the downloads folder. So let's have a look at the schematic first. Okay, so you've got the servers here. Each block is a server, and their IP addresses are vertical. KCOM server racks 1 with 8-digit addresses, as you can see. Technician notes: servers permanently out of order are marked as X, effective immediately. So if you look where the X's are, you know you've only got 2 possible servers to hack into. Okay, cool. Let's open the list that he sent. 2068.cve. Okay, we've got a list of users basically. You got forename, surname, gender, date of birth, inmate number, registration number, and duration. Now you want to focus on inmate number, registration number, right? There's a couple of NAs there in the registration number. All right. So let's just run the key gen and find out what we have to do. Okay, documentation. The arguments arg1, 2, and 3 for the command, for the key gen, to generate the key. You're looking for KCOM deprecated. So argument 1 is server address. Argument 2 is unregistered inmate number, it's just inmate number. And argument number 3 is reference input number. So yes, KCOM server key should let me in. I'll have a ref input for the key ready in a bit, Axel. Check your downloads if they get corrupted or not. If those look good, then you're set to get the auth key generated. I'm going to need that reference from Sarah. However, I think... oh, Sarah's typing. Okay, so you've got the ref number 60151. So you've got the reference number now, right? So all you need is server IP addresses, inmate number, and a reference number, the reg number there. You've got a reg number 4 generated, right? And you've got the servers up here. I'm going to leave the rest to you to find out what's really going on and what it's all about. Yeah, so my main critiques for this game, which, you know, aren't a massive issue, are how long it takes to set the stage. I would have preferred to see the room and like coming in slowly into the room, letting you know that there's other things to do than just look at the screen. With the chat screen, I would have also made it so that you press one key and it just types the line for you. I would have also implemented the tab function, so when you start typing a file, you press tab and it completes it. Because it's long, having to type the things all the time. Other than that, it's awesome, and I encourage you to go and give it a go. And support this indie developer, definitely. Let me just show the screen again. Let's get out of here. Obviously, there's Discord there if you want to join the Discord. Mike Klubnika, Split. Buy the bundle, because then you get Buckshot Roulette with it. Bundle info. Yeah, Buckshot Roulette. I'll add the link to my review for that on the end of here. Does this show the Buckshot? See, this doesn't say that. Oh, see all 16 bundles. Is that why I didn't? Are they here somewhere? Buckshot Roulette, and why is his bundle not on Buckshot Roulette? Ah, it's here right at the. Oh, your complete bundles. That's so weird. I guess maybe it does come on it if I haven't already bought it. But for some reason on Split, it has it. So maybe it's because I think Split was this first game was the first one and Buckshot Roulette was the second one. I think that might be what it is. Maybe it's the other way around. 24th of July, 2025. I know this isn't really interesting info to you, but let's see. Oh, so Split is the second one. That's why. Interesting. Okay. That's why, because then the bundle was made with this put on there. So this is actually his second game. Okay, fair enough. Interesting. Yeah, anyway, support the indie dev. Making games is hard, and that's why I said these thumbs downs for stuff like, you know, I'm not a coder, blah blah blah. It's a bit cruel because I guess obviously because they're not a coder or computer savvy, they don't appreciate how difficult making games is. I work as a senior software engineer full time, but I make games. I'm an indie game dev as well. I studied game technology at uni. I was my BSc, and I did a master's in computer animation, focused on 3D for games. When I went to go to uni, I was deciding between software or games. Even though I wanted to do games, I wasn't too sure whether I could do it. And the dean said to me, the best thing to do is do the games anyway, because it's the harder thing. And he said that people who can make games can make software easily, but software engineers can't necessarily make games. It's much, much harder. It is really hard making games. Yeah, it takes us ages to make them. And this stuff is really impressive. So and it's fairly priced as well. It's so fairly priced. So yeah, support this developer if you support anyone today. And you can support me by liking, subscribing, hitting the bell. We all know the drill by now. And check the description for links to buy me a coffee and send me some dough. Thank you very much. Until next time.